Hey, what's up, dudes?
No, there he is. All right.
Yeah, sorry about that. One of our neighbors' motorcycles got stolen like a week ago, and
that sucks.
just got it
because Adam has
right
a motorcycle,
now.
so
No, he just got it back right now. So I was talking to Adam about it because I guess if your motorcycle gets stolen, then you if they tell you to come get it, they have to escort you back to your residence. Because otherwise they'll pull you over for felony.
So how did they find it? Like how the police actually did a good job?
The Persistence of Popcorn Podcast. The Persistence of Popcorn Podcast. The Persistence of Popcorn Podcast. The Persistence of Popcorn Podcast.
But I did want to posit to you guys, if you guys want to do this, I watched a movie so you guys don't have to. Last night, and it was called The Darkness, which is, if Pat remembers, is a Beat Creature song. It's a Chronomic song.
Hey, it is.
But I watched it last night on Netflix, and holy shit, Kevin Bacon has got... Okay, Mike, do you know how Kevin Bacon got fucked over in that Bernie Madoff scandal?
Oh, I didn't hear about that. All I know about Kevin Bacon's personal life is that he found out that Keir Sedgwick's like a third cousin twice removed or something.
What?
No.
Is that for real?
Yeah, Barbara Walters was doing like some ancestry special, and she was interviewing the both of them. And she's like, and we found this out about Keir Sedgwick. And they were like, oh, that's kind of weird, but we've been married for like 20 years now.
Wait,
my God, you know,
but twice removed,
that's
doesn't
so
that
much
mean...
like
Sorry, go ahead.
That's like some Jenny Jones shit, you know, when they had that guy come on and have a coworker confess he had a crush on, that they had a crush on him, and it turned out to be a dude, and then the dude eventually killed the other guy.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, I just saw that. There's a series on Netflix called Trial by Media, and they did an episode about that Jenny Jones show. And Jenny Jones seems like a real piece of shit, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's like Nancy Grace, but Nancy Grace is even like trying to get the George Floyd cop on second degree and not third degree. So who knows?
Well, I thought that they were trying to go for anything that would stick.
Yeah, I mean, second degree is, it seems to me like it could have been premeditated, but first degree could get thrown out because like he knew the guy. They had a history together. So as soon as he saw that he was the culprit, like, of course, he's like, I'm going to murder this guy.
I mean, I haven't seen that interview with the guy, their coworker, that said they had a problem with each other, but that is pretty crazy. Did he say they had like an argument and disliked each other, or?
I mean, they worked at a nightclub together. Like they were bouncers, so.
Yeah.
You're going to have a run-in with each other throughout that tenure. Like I worked as a bouncer at a shitty nightclub in Louisville, Kentucky, and Wednesday nights they'd have Dollar Coors night, so it was like the craziest crowds, and it was like a 5-part bar. Like there was a karaoke bar and like a nightclub and like a venue where like rock bands played, and there was like a small speakeasy type room, and then there was like a beer garden on the roof, and they had like a dance club with like the worst music, and we'd rotate out all over the club throughout the night, and we'd work like 45-minute to an hour shifts every, over the 5 hours, and it was fucking crazy.
Did you get in fights with people?
Yeah, I had to haul a couple people out, and like there was one time where 5 of us chased these guys down the street for like almost a quarter mile, and finally caught up to them, got them huddled up and thrown into the jail. Like it got crazy. But the head bouncer guy, the guy that ran the staff there, ended up getting fired 6 months after.
God damn it, Chris!
No, I think it was Rick. But he got fired for hurling a guy down the stairs in the nightclub section of the bar.
You stole my joke, Chris. You stole it. I was about to be like, and there's a chain link fence and a blind guy with a slide guitar.
I bought Roadhouse on Blu-ray, and I still haven't watched it since I bought it. Maybe we should do Roadhouse on the show.
It's on Amazon or Netflix.
That was actually a big point of my conversation with Holly Hoot. We were doing a Skype call or a Zoom call, and we were like we were spitballing, like, if we were to make a sequel to Roadhouse or turn it into like a franchise or a TV series, like, how rad would it be to do it kind of like the show Kung Fu?
The legend continues.
Only it's like a different Dalton, like, coming to a different town and like exposing the dark underbelly like each time. So like it didn't need to be like a straight white dude. It could be like, like Ronda Rousey could be the Dalton, or like John Cho, or that guy who played. But like, because the thing is, like, the Dalton can't be, because she kept being like suggesting like Idris Elba or like all sorts of different people. I'm like Dalton can't be big. Dalton has to be like looks like he could lose a fight. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, then, did you remember that sketch on SNL from our era, the best era, with Phil Hartman and Mike Myers and all that? And it was "Let's talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk about movies" was the sketch, and they had Charlton Heston on, and they're talking about Soylent Green. And then the guy interviewing him was like, "Yeah, and then you went on to do a couple sequels to this, and it was like Soylent Orange, and then Soylent Yellow, and it kept going, and then they're like, and then you had Diminishing Returns, and I think your worst sequel was actually Soylent Stooges, and like for every single Soylent sequel, they'd have Phil Hartman in front of a green screen being like, Soylent's green is people, it's people, and by the time it got to Soylent Stooges, like, he just phoning it in, and he's just like, Soylent Stooges are people.
R.I.P. Phil Hartman.
Is that referencing the Three Stooges or Iggy Pop?
Oh man, have you seen that Iggy Pop meme where it's a picture of Iggy Pop and it's like, "This violence in America really needs to stop," and it says Jennifer Aniston underneath it, and it's like, Jennifer Aniston has never looked better.
I have not.
So anyway, so just a quick movie review, and just letting you know. Okay, so Bernie Madoff fucked over beloved Hollywood superstars Kevin Bacon and Keira Sedgwick like the worst, like Nicolas Cage levels fucking money up. He has to be in anything he's offered now just to like kind of keep afloat.
That's crazy. So like all that Footloose money is gone, and now basically everything since like what 2006, 2007 is around when that happened, right? So
yeah. So the movie is about, it's insane. It's the most insane premise, because this movie is a horror movie that takes pot shots at autistic kids, and also does not celebrate Native American culture whatsoever. Even though those are like it's the villains are Native American ghosts. They are drawn to an autistic child, and holy fuck, this movie is garbage.
It's called Darkness.
Darkness, yeah. And okay, so the first scene of the movie, they do nothing to like
the darkness.
The darkness, yeah. They do nothing to bring you in to like any of the characters. Everyone's terrible. Kevin Bacon is like cheating on his wife. His wife's kind of impossible. They all have terrible New York accents. Terrible New York accent. Everybody has a bad New York accent. And for some reason, in the first scene, which is filmed at the Grand Canyons, even though the rest of it is filmed in Staten Island, Matt Walsh from the Upright Citizens Brigade is in it.
Nice.
This movie is garbage, beginning to end. There's kind of jump scares, but they don't land and don't work. and it is. Oh, and about midway through the movie, you get a really shitty Paul Reiser. Paul Reiser is also in this vehicle.
Nice.
So like
I love some good Paul Reiser.
We're talking about a movie that starts out with you're in it for the ride with Kevin Bacon and some other people that I don't know, but then Paul Reiser jumps in the van and is just a piece of shit, and the entire thing is awful. So do yourself a favor, even though it's free on Netflix, do not watch The Darkness unless you.
Well, I've been seeing this new movie advertised, new Kevin Bacon movie being advertised called "You Should Have Left." Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah,
I've seen the trailers.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's him and Amanda Seyfried, but it's like a cabin in the woods movie. And
well, it's more like a gigantic fancy house in the woods type thing.
Oh, those previews have been showing up on Hulu.
Yeah.
It's.
Have you guys seen the Belko Experiment?
No, I've been wanting to.
That's the same.
Gunn.
That's the same guy who directed The Darkness. He also did Wolf Creek 1 and Wolf Creek 2 and Jungle with Daniel Radcliffe. Like his.
Oh.
I'm surprised that it was that bad. Looking at his stats here, he's got some shit. Oh, he also did Rogue, the crocodile movie.
Dude, this entire movie, everyone was phoning it. The plot made no sense.
That's funny. But my favorite Kevin Bacon movie of the last 10 years is probably Cop Car. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
That's great. Yeah.
Cop Car's great. Have you seen that, Crone?
No.
Dude, watch. It's on Netflix or something. It's on one of the big ones, and it was really. It's like super like. I don't even want to say anything about it. Just watch that.
It's on Netflix. Okay, maybe that can come up in a future episode.
Yeah, I mean it's these two kids steal Kevin Bacon's cop car, and that's
tell
the
anything
basis
else.
of the movie. No, I mean that's all you need to know.
Yeah, true. But yeah, you should definitely watch it. It's good. It's good. I remember that's like one of those. That's just like a classic good movie. Like I told my dad to watch that, and he was like, "Man, this was great, Patrick."
Also, Chris, does Tracy have HBO Max or Go or anything?
Oh, she used to have HBO Max, but her Apple TV was too old, or like the setup she had was too old for it when they upgraded to whatever HBO Max is doing now. So,
okay, because Ready or Not's only available on HBO, so it's any one of the apps. But if you wanted to do it, you could do the 7-day free trial before we do the episode that week, and then cancel it. And
are you talking?
I thought I've seen Ready or Not.
Pat said he hadn't seen it when we were talking about Knives Out, doing that as a double feature.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I started watching Knives Out the other night, and I really want to see Ready or Not. That would be a cool double feature episode.
Is that the same director, or why are we doing them together?
No, it's just because it's rich people. Crazy crime movie.
It felt like
I've seen Ready or Not.
It's the bride. The night she gets married, they play a game of hide and seek, and
it felt like kind of an Armageddon Deep Impact type thing with that and Knives Out. They seem like the premise.
No, Ready or Not is very different than Knives Out, but Ready or Not's ending is one of the greatest endings of any movie I've seen in the last couple of years.
I just mean as like big house, rich people doing bad things. You know.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say what they're doing is bad. They had they had an obligation.
I haven't seen Ready or Not.
I'm talking about Knives Out.
I don't know what the hell you're talking. Oh no, I haven't finished watching Knives Out either.
No, I'm talking about Ready or Not.
All right, so I'll text Toff.
They call the Chris Crone switcheroo. Why are we doing it Saturday?
I don't know. I just picked that day out because it's Tuesday. It give us 4 days to get shit figured out.
It's always easier for me to do Sunday.
I thought
Sunday works. Yeah, I just need to text Toff, or you got.
Why are you so bad at the scheduling? Because why do you push for a Saturday when I told you repeatedly I can't record Saturday?
Because I don't consider your feelings when I think, Crone.
I don't consider your feelings ever.
I know, and it hurts. Okay, let's do it. I have no idea what's going on over there. Welcome to the Persistence of Popcorn, episode 14. And I've noticed on every episode that I'm always wrong about this because I'm always off by one. But we're going to break down Barry J. Gillis into two separate episodes, which I believe would make this 14 or 15.
I think that makes it, because it's going to be episode 13, part 1, part 2. Vast Night is 14, so this is 15.
All right.
This is 15th
We're
episode.
on episode 15. Welcome back. And tonight we're going to be talking about the Elijah Wood movie that just released on Amazon Prime called Come to Daddy with Elijah Wood and Stephen McHattie. And it's a very interesting movie.
I almost don't want to do this episode because the twists are so good.
We just got to give warning. We'll just give a warning.
Yeah.
Like before we talk, before we get to that part of the
movie. If you're
movie.
listening to this episode, you need to have seen the movie because we will talk spoilers and it's definitely worth it. So we're giving fair warning now to turn it off if you haven't seen this movie.
Yeah.
But it's worth a watch. It's totally.
It definitely is.
If you haven't seen it,
it's worth a watch for Elijah Wood's haircut and mustache alone.
And his earring. Doesn't he have an earring?
Yeah. Well, he gets another piercing later on. So looking forward to talking about this, but let's get news. You have anything, Pat?
One thing. I was right about the ending of Vast of Night, and you were wrong.
Okay, so they do get abducted. Did you hear that from the director?
So if you okay, so I looked it up at several spots, and the general consensus is yes, they're supposed to have been abducted because they have the footprints leading up to them vanishing, but the director did purposely leave it ambiguous, but. That is the general consensus of it. I didn't see anything that talks about you're supposed to think they have been zapped into dust.
Well, regardless, Everett's going to die because the aliens are going to be like, dude, you suck as a person.
But no, I've also heard a lot of people talking about, and the first thing I thought of was this too, that they were trying to do some type of sequel where they come back with the lady's kid. Or something like that. So that
would be cool. That would be I'd be down to watch that.
Yeah, no. But I actually rewatched it. I really dug that movie. But yeah, I looked it up because I was curious. But that's the only news I have.
Well, Patrick Wilson, Ocean Master from Aquaman and Night Owl from Watchmen.
Yes.
Everyone's favorite Patrick Wilson is joining Roland Emmerich's Moonfall, which. Roland Emmerich, the king of disaster movies, and not very good ones. This one's going to top 2012 and The Day After Tomorrow because this idea is fucking absurd.
What is the...
So something knocks the moon out of orbit and makes it hurtle towards Earth, and everyone's got to figure out what they're going to do.
Oh, man. Moonfall.
Yeah. And then Lee Cronin, director of The Hole in the Ground, has signed on to do the new Evil Dead with Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell producing.
Wait. Who signed on?
This is going to be...
Say what?
Who signed on?
Lee Cronin, the director of The Hole in the Ground, which I haven't seen.
Oh.
It was okay. It was good. It was an Irish film.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
I want more of what's her name? The girl that played Lady Ash in the Evil Dead remake. She was great.
That's one of the things I'm wondering is that is this going to be the movie where it's Ash and Ash together?
No, because Bruce Campbell said he's done with it after Ash vs. Evil Dead, which was a great series and ended well. But I do want to see Ash meet up with. I forget her name, but Jane. What's the actress's name? She's the girl from Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist and Don't Breathe.
Oh,
Jane something. She's really good.
Stefani?
No, Gwen Stefani.
Don't
I watched this
breathe.
amazing documentary on Two Tone the other day. It's on YouTube. It's a 40 minute documentary, and it talks about the roots of ska and how two-tone brought it around the world, and then you had punk ska and all the variations, and the ska in China and Japan, and it's a really cool documentary.
Did they interview Bim Scala Bim?
So it's Scala Ben?
Well, what's crazy is I want to say that, Pat, you and I have seen Toots and the Maytals a few times, right?
Did we see?
We used to go see the Slackers whenever they were in town.
I don't know if I can't even remember if I saw Toots and the Maytals. I don't think I did.
Your brother-in-law was in a very famous ska band.
Oh, dude. Oh, come on, Cold Spot 8. Yeah, I still have the CD. The Cold Spot 8 CD. I think they had a couple CDs. Yeah, they were great, dude. I loved Cold Spot 8.
I need to listen to some of the Selector, because they had a big part in that documentary, and like everything I heard from them, I was like, this is fucking great.
That's because of the Selector.
See, I've never heard of them. Like, I know the Specials, Madness, all the two-tone British bands, but I've never, for some reason, the Selector always got past me. But I mean, Less Than Jake, Real Big Fish. I got into the punk ska, Boss Tones, but it's funny. Dickie Barrett's in there, and he's like, yeah, we had horn players, we had all these guys, but they needed someone that could sing, and I couldn't fucking sing, but I did it. I stepped up, and it's like, all right. I think Dickie Barrett's got a good voice, but.
Cool.
The funny thing is that, and I don't know if you're doing foreshadowing on purpose, but we are going to have a very famous ska musician on the show.
Yeah,
this week.
A guy who should have been selling out arenas, but management wasn't great for them. I don't know. I mean, I love the Rez, and they just definitely deserve to be much bigger than they were.
So wait, they're not a band anymore? Should I be putting?
They are. They had a tour set up for the Northeast this month, but obviously it's not happening, and they're going to have to reschedule all those dates. But the drummer lives in Portland. The guitar player and trombonist live in L.A. The keyboard player lives in Boston, and Shatterneck is going to play the shows that they had planned this month, but he's not really a member of the band anymore. So
really. Well, I did not know that.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy when I found out. He posted stuff about leaving the band a couple of years ago.
No, I remember that.
I
remember that.
And then another one of my friend's band has gone separate ways as two members left Mama Said String Band in Louisville, Kentucky. Addie and Katie, the guitar and banjo player, are doing a different thing now, and they've found new banjo members, banjo players. So yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, music's a hell of a thing, and it's tough for any band to stick it out. But
yeah, I actually was supposed to go. I need to hit him up. I was supposed to go hang out with Meat last week. The drummer.
I would love to head up to Portland and see you and Meat.
Yeah, it's good to have him close. I wish I could hang out with him more. He's a good dude. Shout out Meat.
He is. That's true. Yeah, we should try to get Meat on the show at some point too.
That's a good idea.
Come to Daddy. It's a very strange movie. I don't even know how to sum it up. I guess basically this kid Norval, which is it supposed to be
a very
Neville?
Normal name. It's a
very normal name, Norval. And he gets a letter from his estranged dad, who he hasn't talked to in about 15, 20 years. And
what you don't understand is Norville is a very normal name.
Norville is Norval.
It's based on the fact that Elijah Wood was in the movie North with Bruce Willis, and he also is a big fan of microwave popcorn.
Ah, fantastic! I read a news article once that said that there's a chemical in microwavable popcorn that can give you impotence.
Really?
Hell yeah!
That's the good butter.
Fuck yeah, dude. Shoot
So
it.
he gets this letter, and his dad invites him to this cabin, and I'm assuming this is Canada.
No. It's actually Oregon. We looked it up.
Is it Oregon? Okay.
It's in Oregon. Yeah.
Wait.
Filmed it on the Oregon coast.
Wait, they shot that on the Oregon coast?
Yeah.
I thought it was New Zealand.
No.
No, it's the New Zealand Film Commission distributed it or helped produce it. But I guess
I'm looking it up now.
The county I looked up the county that they were referencing, and it was Oregon. Because I was like, that looks so much like Oregon.
It did. I was thinking the same. Well, I was like either Northern Cali or Oregon, and then at the end it was like, there's credits to talk about New Zealand, so I just assumed. I was like, oh shit. Hold on, I'm looking this shit up.
It's another amazing house and another amazing location, just like I See You.
No,
I love this house.
Patrick made an assumption.
Do you know what assumptions do, Chris?
We need to berate Patrick for his assumption.
It says they shot it in Tofino. They shot it in Canada. They shot it in.
That's what I thought.
They shot it in Vancouver, but that house must have been in Tofino because that's Marika's been to Tofino and raves about it. Unless they're not listing all the filming locations. Here it says they shot in Tofino and Vancouver.
That house is incredible.
Where is Tofino?
Tofino is it's like way north. It's like north of Vancouver. I think it's several hours north, and it's like I don't know if it's close to Haida Gwaii or like it's
north of Vancouver, Canada, or Oregon.
Vancouver, Canada.
Oh,
it's way up north. It's like super wild. It's supposed to be rad.
Yeah.
I really want to go there.
Yeah, it looked like it was in the middle of nowhere. I mean, so he gets this letter and he goes to visit his dad. But the movie opens with two quotes, one from William Shakespeare and one from Beyonce. And I'm curious if Beyonce signed off on having this quote, or can anyone freely use a Beyonce quote and put it in their movie?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Wait, do you have to sign off on quotes for movies?
That's what I'm wondering. It's just a quote. I mean, they're not using her image or anything. So,
well, if you're not using their image, their voice, or their likeness, then I don't think. I think you can kind of say anything. It's kind of like how you can attribute on the internet and on a message board, like I really like fucking people. Ben Franklin.
Yeah, totally. I heard he really lit it up.
He did. He was a big fan of mature horrors.
Yeah. He'd dial him up. He'd call the number 5, and that was the local whorehouse.
Sex worker house, Michael. You're really taking this off a cliff. I don't think.
I'm sorry. I constantly always think of that line in Tommy Boy where they're having a board meeting and the old lady's like, "That's when the whores came to town."
Look, we'd all
because I was quoting Ben Franklin.
Sure.
We'd all like to be thinking about Tommy Boy right now, Mike. Okay.
Yeah.
But
so Norval gets out of his cab in the middle of nowhere and walks through the trees.
Mike, I want you to describe Norval. Like, he looks like for some reason he's wearing all this like Japanese tech wear, which is like a style in Japan. It's a fashion style where you're like wearing, kind of like it's all black. He has a crazy expensive suitcase because I used to work at a suitcase.
I mean, he's a well-off DJ. He's very well off.
I liked his fashion style.
He's definitely a hipster. But I don't think a hipster would even have this haircut. I've never seen a haircut that bad.
You live in LA. LA has a different style than San Francisco.
Yeah, but I grew up in Florida with a lot of bad haircuts. My mom used to cut my hair all the time, and she'd use the big orange scissors, like every mom would. But one time she cut off the top part of my ear. and never cut my hair again after that. So
Sorry.
Now I'm gonna be next time I see you, I'm gonna be obsessed with looking at your ear.
Yeah, there's a little nubbin missing on the top of my right ear.
And Pat was going off about nubs lately.
Did I ever tell you about my theology teacher's nub?
No, we don't need to go into this story.
He was missing the top half of his middle finger, and he'd always come up behind you in class when you were like reading or something and put his hand on your shoulder, and just the nub, all you would feel is the nub, and it was He was a good guy, but it was fucking weird.
You're like, he was a good guy, but I fucking hated him.
Well, I failed his class and had to repeat it. So,
Pat, that was a good Mike story, so we can keep that one. But if Mike keeps going on tangents,
all right. So yeah, Norval gets to the house, knocks on the door, and Stephen McHattie, his dad, answers, and I love this guy because he just reminds me of Lance Henriksen. They look a lot alike. And
oh yeah,
I mean, most prominently, I remember him as the FBI agent in Beverly Hills Cop 3 that's trying to keep Axel Foley away from what's his name, the bad guy in Beverly Hills Cop 3. No, he's not the bad guy. He helps Axel with the great gun that plays music and microwaves burritos.
I don't.
Yes, and
I mean, oh God, what's his name? Ellis DeWald. Ellis DeWald.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yay. I actually really like Stephen McHattie, and I recognized him before, but I really loved his performance in Pontypool, and that's
Still
kind
never
of
seen that.
It's the Pontypool directed by that dude that Barry J. Gillis was talking about, Bruce McDonald. But yeah, I loved Pontypool. It's a really unique zombie movie, and Stephen McHattie's the reason it's good.
Stephen McHattie, is he the sheriff in that?
No, he's the radio host.
No, he's the DJ.
Yeah.
He's the DJ.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's where I know. Okay, so this is something I wanted to bring up. So now that Elijah Wood and Steve McHattie have met, this is Elijah Wood's dad.
Yes.
And so they're at this crazy, like, it's almost like a lighthouse. It's a crazy house. Like,
yeah, like apparently you have to hike through the woods and walk up a beach to get there. There's no road to it.
And which we'll find out later is for very good reasons.
Well, I mean, but there technically is, because a couple of vehicles come in and out.
I guess so. But I don't. There's no.
Wood,
sorry, go ahead.
Elijah Wood takes a bus, and I don't think a bus could make it down there.
Oh, definitely not.
I think Elijah Wood took the bus. I think what they're setting us up for is Elijah Wood, like, really doesn't have. They've blown. Like, he's not doing so great financially. He's living with his mom.
Is he? Because he's friends with Lorde and all these celebrities, and like he's got his DJ career. So you think he's?
He also said he was friends with Elton John. So it's an unreliable narrative.
I was about to say. So yeah, can we trust that he was? I mean, I guess we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves, but wasn't that all in question?
Yeah, that's not like that's not qualified by anything. So,
yeah, I suppose. I figured that was like a legit story.
He got for how freaked out he got. Okay, so anyways, Elijah Wood meets his dad, and I honestly, like, this was like Napoleon Dynamite awkward, like, or like who Brand of July awkward. This was like fucking straight up, like, I thought it was going to be a mumblecore movie. I thought this was going to be a weird, just awkward, like, Who Did the Lobster? Like,
Oh yeah,
Yaros something or I forget his name, but the killing of the sacred deer and the
yeah.
he did that. The Queen, not the Queen. What was the movie with Olivia Colman and Margot Robbie? Was it Margot Robbie?
I don't
Margot
know.
Robbie
It was
did
Margot
a Queen.
Robbie. It was Margot Robbie.
Oh yeah. Oh, he did that too.
Yeah,
Wow.
Rachel Weisz, not Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
Margot Robbie.
I didn't like The Lobster.
Yorgos Lanthimos.
I mean, it looked good, but I was not a fan.
I still haven't seen it, but I noticed it's on Prime or Netflix or something, so I'm going to try to check it out at some point. And I still need to see The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Yeah, I haven't seen Killing a Sacred Deer either. But
The Favorite, that's what it is.
I want to watch that.
I thought this was going to veer like very Noah Baumbach. And
I like Noah Baumbach.
Is it because you like sleazy Jeff Daniels, you bastard?
The Squid and the Whale? Yeah.
That movie is gross, dude. Like ever since I saw that movie, I always like look at Jeff Daniels different now. I'm always like,
well, what's the Ben Stiller one he did? Greenberg?
Oh god, that movie fucking sucks.
Oh, I haven't seen Greenberg.
I haven't either.
I hate Adam Driver though, and I'll apologize to you, Adam Driver, if you ever listen to this.
You don't like his nipples?
I don't know why I dislike him so much.
Oh, dude! Now I gotta get him on the show now.
Yeah, definitely put in a call, Pat. We'd appreciate
that. Have him win me over. Win me over.
I'll just say right now that I actually love Adam Driver. I think he's great.
I think he's fine. I mean, I've only seen him in the Star Wars movies. I still need to watch Marriage Story, and
I haven't seen Marriage Story, but
The Report. I've heard good things about The Report as well.
Adam Driver is actually really funny on SNL recently. I don't know if you guys seen any of that. He was actually really funny.
I did, and he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was, dude. He was totally funny on that shit.
Again, I want to reiterate, Adam Driver, I think you're very talented. Some people find you attractive. Some people find you tolerable. I don't fit any of those categories, but I appreciate you as a human.
Yeah. I mean, who would you say Adam Driver is the new version of this actor from like the 70s and 80s that was like kind of big and well regarded, but like
Randy Quaid.
See, Randy Quaid's better than Adam Driver.
Randy Quaid? Actually, I mean, maybe even like Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. I mean,
he's. Who do you think you are, Pat? Who the fuck do you think you are?
He has fallen off a bit in the last few years, doing those insurance commercials and Cheaper by the Dozen movies.
I don't know, man. I don't look like. It's weird because like I don't like when I see people doing that like as they get older or whatever. I'm always like, hell yeah, dude, get your money, man. You know, use your fame. You know, why not?
That's one of the things I love about Elijah Wood is that, you know, he's not Adam Driver. He has used all of his money to do cool things. Like, the dude doesn't need to work. He's just doing this for fun. And
I think I figured it out. I think I figured out who Adam Driver is comparable to. Ira Gross. You remember him?
No.
Wait. He was in House 2, The Second Story, and he was on Ellen's show when it first started and was called These Friends of Mine. And he was in Mystery Date with, what's her name?
The main dude from House 2.
Yeah. And speaking of, he's on Twitter too, and he's liked several of my comments, which is pretty cool because I've always liked Ira Gross.
Oh yeah?
I love House 2. I think House 2 is a perfect movie.
House 2 is a great film. It's a great. Who was Wayne Knight in it? Or no, it was John Ratzenberger, and I'm not a huge fan of him either.
Yeah, but he's always good in the Pixar movies. He's been in every single Pixar movie.
Not good. He's not. He blackmailed John Lasseter. You don't understand that. This goes way deeper than you think.
How do you?
Well, isn't John Lasseter like a fucking sex fiend and got in trouble?
Hey, who do you think was keeping that under wraps, bro?
Possibly the old Ratzenberger.
Dude, John Ratzenberger, he's a conservative, and I know some listeners out there are probably conservative.
I mean, I'm running through
really
Night Court right now.
Rethink your choices, and
I'm running through every episode of Night Court right now, and it's fantastic. But like, it makes me want to watch Cheers too, and I love Cliff Clavin. So you may not like Ratzenberger.
John Ratzenberger. Yeah,
it's not as bad a name as the guy from Coach who played Dauber and plays Patrick on SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, are you gonna?
His name's Bill Fagerback.
Okay, Mike, we're gonna have to cut this, dude.
I mean, it's a very. Is that German?
No. See, this is not going to be a good bit. This is not going to.
I'm not trying to make a bit out of it. I'm just saying it's a strange name.
I just realized that I have House 2 on DVD.
Nice.
Yeah.
God,
yeah, I haven't seen it in years. I rewatched the original House a little while ago.
What?
Chris is trying to get on me for saying Bill Fagerback's name.
Because of the implication, Michael.
I'm not Dennis.
I'm not Dennis.
Oh my god.
I don't take girls on cruises for reasons.
Don't give me that look. You certainly wouldn't be in danger. Okay, so they're in danger.
Okay, so they meet and they're having a few drinks.
Well, they are not.
They are not. Norval and his father.
Norval isn't drinking. I thought
he had a Scotch drink or something with his dad.
No drinks, because he said that he tried to kill himself a few years before.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I'm on the wagon, no drinks, which I think is what makes things that happen later much more climactic.
Right.
Okay.
And
so
quite a bit does.
So, anyways, they're hanging out, they're talking. I don't know if this happened before or after the first night of weird conflict, but they're taking a selfie, and the dude, at the time, you think it's just an accident. But
no, I think it's when he gets there is when they take the selfie. I don't think it's after the first night.
Okay. Because I think he's there for 3 nights before shit really hits the fan.
Yeah.
Time's really distorted in this whole thing.
It all seems to happen pretty quickly. I think he gets there, they take the selfie, they sit down and start talking that night after probably dinner, and he tells him that he's a DJ. And but before, with the phone accidentally getting dropped in the ocean or purposely by his dad, he tells him that that's 1 in 25 of iPhones that were made by Lord, and that she was a good friend of his and gave him this special phone.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's true or bullshit.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Well, and it also becomes hard to parse because the story goes so fucking crazily off the rails.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're sitting down having dinner, and he's telling them about how he's a DJ, and Elton John saw him in a club one night and signed him and was like, "You're amazing." And then his dad, out of nowhere, tells him that he's also friends with Elton John and decides to give old Reggie a call.
Yeah, he says he drove his limousine for years.
Yeah. It's a hell of a thing, but obviously Elton John doesn't answer the phone because who knows what time it is in England when they call.
Yeah, but I don't think that he finished the call. I think doesn't Elijah Wood make him hang up?
No, he's asking him to, but the phone just keeps ringing, I think, and then he eventually hangs up.
Yeah, but he didn't call any number.
Yeah, no, he didn't really call Elton John.
Obviously, but, I mean, it's such a weird thing. So his dad...
But I thought that built a really great amount of tension.
No, I thought that scene was great.
Oh, yeah. Stephen McHattie is super creepy in this.
He's fantastic.
He is.
the fact that he keeps pretending to love Elijah Wood, like it goes through like these polar swings of like, oh, you're my son, and then like, fuck you.
Well, then the next day they go swimming, or Elijah Wood goes swimming, and he's in the water, and something crazy hits the water next to him.
What happens? Because he goes under after that. Like,
I thought he goes under to see what it was, but they don't show it.
But was that Stephen McGatty throwing a rock at him?
It wasn't a rock. It was big and black, and it looked like it was heavy. But like, I don't know if he threw it, because when it pans back to him to show Elijah Wood's perspective, like, he's just standing there with his hands in his pockets. So like, unless he threw it and he was like, all right, I gotta act natural, make it look like I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I was really confused by that scene. I want
to watch it again now, thinking about that scene, because I feel like I felt the same way, but things were the way the movie progresses. I just forgot about that.
Because obviously there's nothing above him that would have just fallen. So yeah, the only way it could have gotten there is if his dad threw it.
Yeah.
If you're listening and you want to call in and tell us what you think, the number is 1-900 Sir Mix-a-Lot.
We tried to get toll free, but unfortunately 1-800 Sir Mix-a-Lot was already taken, so we had to pay the pay route. And
it's only a few dollars a minute, and it goes to a good cause.
Sure.
So
it goes for nipple reductions.
Yeah.
Is there any nipple stuff in this? Or are we just talking about nips these days?
I mean, they've been popping up lately.
You got nips on the brain.
You get it, Cronin? They've been popping up because it's cold outside.
That was something that went somewhere.
You know, one of my favorite lines ever is
I'm not sure exactly where it went.
My favorite line about temperature is in Wonder Boys with Tobey Maguire and Michael Douglas, and he's outside. Michael Douglas is outside smoking a joint, and Tobey Maguire starts hitting it with him, and then they start walking around the party, and he's like, "You want to go back inside?" He's like, "It's cold out here," and then Tobey Maguire just looks at him. He's like, "It's colder inside." It's a great line.
Do you think Michael Douglas was on that real piff, dog?
Oh, I'm sure. Michael Douglas smoked so much weed that eating Catherine Zeta-Jones' vagina every night gave him cancer. So,
yeah, you'd have to be pretty high to say that. Anyways, with Michael, this is actually a weird trope that I want to bring up. Is, do you remember when like there was a whole period where it was like really edgy that older people smoked weed, and then you realize that like
in Stepmom with Susan Sarandon and Julia Roberts.
Yeah, but that was like super edgy.
Well, she had cancer, so it was medicinal.
Yeah, but it was like an edgy thing to smoke weed, and now it's just like, no, you can just go to the store.
And I honestly hate the fact that I admit to having seen Stepmom. It's such a bad movie.
I don't know what it is.
But there's that meme going around that I just saw where it's like, remember 10 years ago you had to like duck down behind a bush to get high behind Taco Bell? And it's like now you can just hit your fucking pen in the middle of Target and nobody cares.
Well, they care, but they're passive aggressive and won't say anything.
Sure.
Like the deal, like I don't know, the new social contract is all totally weird. It's fucked.
Totes my goats.
But okay, so are we past the scene where they have the Elton John thing? So let's
then the next day they go swimming, and then he comes in and gets into an argument with his dad, who just starts calling him a cunt and like a worthless piece of shit, and he's like, "You're terrible. You don't do anything. You're just a fucking cunt," and starts losing his mind and really threatening Norval. And his dad grabs a cleaver.
This is okay. So hold on. before this, like, and the day before, like with all the interaction, I thought this was going to go total Lighthouse territory, which it does not do at all.
No, I was expecting Stephen McHattie to be in the entirety of this movie, and it just being a suspenseful, like, crazy match of wits between these two characters.
And this is why I wanted the spoiler alert.
So yeah, spoiler alert, everybody.
This movie has one of the greatest twists, like that works, that like just totally works. Like, 'cause I was expecting this to be a cat and mouse game of him and Steve McHattie and just have it be really fucking weird. And while it remains weird, this shit gets fucking bonkers.
Yeah. So he starts approaching him with the cleaver and starts choking Norval out, and he's asking him to stop, obviously, and he goes to raise the cleaver, and he's so fucking hyped up and coming in so hot that he has a heart attack and just dies right there. Yep. And Norval, obviously puts the cleaver away and calls the cops to exhume the body, and the cop is a piece of shit. Like, this cop sucks.
The cop, that was a weird interaction. See, that's right? Why I thought it was going to keep being mumblecore, because like they're asking each other weird questions about like how if someone's got like squinty eyes or something, like that it means that they're evil.
Wait,
raisin eyes.
Wait, what did you say, Crone? Mumblecore?
Yeah, mumblecore. Like just all those indie movies that came out in like the like, it's probably not the right term for it, but yeah.
No,
I've heard the term mumblecore.
What does that refer to? I haven't heard it before.
Like okay, so movies in the genre are.
It's like Michael Cera movies like Juno or like Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Gotcha. Okay, say no more. Continue. I just wanted to make sure what you were referencing. So I got it.
Yeah. So like movies would be like funny, haha.
Yeah. Like, no. I got you. Sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack.
No worries. I thought it was going to be like a lot more fanciful than it was. Yeah. Than it ends up being.
It seems like kids that like mumblecore are the ones that listen to screamo music. The first time I heard the term screamo music was on an episode of Wife Swap.
I don't know. Well, this movie takes so many awesome twists. Like, so then the dad's dead. They can't move his body. The coroner shows up, and like Elijah Wood immediately has a weird, like, hitting it off thing with her, kinda.
I mean, she says that she's got to take the body away and preserve it, and then she's going to bring it back because they don't have enough room in the morgue for some reason. I don't know why the morgue.
So flooding. It was
the flooding. That's right. There's a flood.
Yeah.
Which I thought was great storytelling.
Sure. It might be the same flood that Rambo's trying to save the people from in Last Blood.
I don't think so, because that wasn't that in New Mexico?
No, it was in Arizona. I'm just a dreamer. I like to think that Rambo's just around the corner and can't help Norval out when he needs him most.
He wanted to help.
Yeah. So Norval, as he's sleeping with his dad's dead body in a body bag in his dad's bedroom, keeps hearing scraping noises at night and really weird sounds. And he's starting to lose his mind and hitting the bottle again, drinking this wine. And he's having a real rough time with all this, which I wonder why he even stays in the fucking house. Just leave him. Your dad was a piece of shit. He's dead now. You have no reason to be at this house.
Well, I mean, isn't he?
I think he had to, based on what the lady from the morgue said. Like, we're going to pick him back up. Like, I think he had to stay there till they picked him back up.
Well, she said to organize plans with your family and figure out, the funeral dates. And I thought she was like, it's all in your hands now. Like, the coroner will come, or not the coroner, but the funeral guy will come. They'll help you move the body and get him, in the casket and stuff. Is what I figured, but maybe not.
Yeah, I guess it's not that clear yet. I mean, I don't know. I thought he was just keeping the body temporarily until they could get him.
But I mean, he stays there 4 nights after some weird fucking sounds. His dad being dead in the next room. Like, he's only going to drink himself into, like, insanity. So, like, just fucking get out of there, man. Clear your head.
He's there 4 nights?
Okay.
That's what it seems like.
Here's what I want to interject with is that, and like, while it seems like a gaping plot hole, if your dad just tried to murder you, like, you'd want to get the fuck out of there, but you might be too traumatized too. No, but you might be just like, fuck, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna get fucking wasted. Fuck that dead body over there. Like, because I was wondering if that, like that was a great. I think that was a great point of tension in the film, was that like that there's a dead body and.
Well, now is this a ghost story? Is this a ghost story because you hear the scraping and you're like, now is he going to be haunted by his fucking dead dad? And while his dad was trying to murder him, he starts screaming, "Come to daddy! Come to daddy!" And that comes up and repeats a couple times throughout the rest of the movie. It's just so weird.
Yeah, it is definitely
And I noticed it only had like a 3.5 rating on Amazon Prime, and it's definitely better than that. Like, things had 5 stars.
Do we all feel the same way that this was actually a good movie?
Yeah.
I thought it was. I thought it was great.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. And I mean, but it's such a strange movie that I'm not surprised if somebody's like, I didn't like that. You know what I mean? It's very, very. I mean, there's some things that have.
It tells us. It tells a story under so many different formats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Go ahead.
Okay. So Elijah Wood ends up drunk dialing the coroner, trying to hook up with him, and that doesn't work.
Yeah, he's like, I thought we had a moment, and she's like, no, your haircut and mustache just don't work for me, bro.
And that's one of the things I love about this movie is that, like, it sets up these expectations that just get consistently dropped. Like no, that was totally that sounds like a you problem type thing, and but then he finds picture. Oh no, we totally skipped on finding pictures of his dad and realizing.
No, that happens after he drunk dials. He like searches the next day and sees that like hole in the wall or like crack in the wall,
and then puts it to like, oh, this isn't my dad.
Yeah, he finds pictures of another man and holding him as a child and like all these scrapbooks, and he's like, "Where the fuck is this coming from?"
Yep.
And then here's the scraping again.
And this is where I get into like a real thing where I am willing to have suspension of disbelief for this next thing that happened, because like I did it for Mandy, I'll do it for this. Which
I gotta rewatch Mandy.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, did you guys hear the last few things I said
about Mandy?
Yeah,
and I responded and I was like, I gotta watch that because that's great.
I didn't hear you. Okay. So,
okay.
My shit cut out. Anyways, okay, so like he finds a fucking porthole in the living room.
Yep.
Yeah.
And opens it up and finds. Oh no! Does he open it up? Like
he opens it up and goes down the stairs.
Oh my god, that shit was so scary. That shit was so fucking scary, dude.
What is this house? Like, it's such a weird thing.
Yeah, and that's what I mean by suspension of disbelief. Like, why would this have this thing here? You know.
Well, I guess don't they kind of explain that with his dad and like what he's in? I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but I feel like
he gets down there and finds that his real dad is tied up in the basement, beaten to a bloody pulp, all bruised up and bloody, and he's like, what the hell's going on? And his dad's like, you just got to get me out. They're coming back, and you're going to have to fucking kill them.
And it's not, and for like I don't want to like use improper terms here, but like Elijah Wood is the opposite of a killer in this. He's not Frodo in this fucking movie. And Frodo wasn't even a killer. This is Elijah Wood being like...
Right, well, have you seen Maniac? I still haven't seen that, but I've heard
it's good
in that. Yeah.
I heard it's good. I mean, he's good in
like he's
Sin
been
City.
playing a lot of real dark roles lately, and I love that.
He was good in that movie where he plays like the weird like heavy metal like Taekwondo working out dude.
I don't think I saw that one.
Have you guys seen? Have you guys seen the I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore?
No,
that's the guy I'm talking about.
Oh, that's the movie you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where he plays like the Hesher, like fucking like working out.
You know that's all filmed like in Portland.
No.
That whole movie was shot in Portland.
Can you do me a favor? And hit up Elijah?
I'll try.
Just tell him that we're doing a podcast now, and if he wants to be on the pod, he's got to get in line.
Well, have you seen what his the dark stuff that his twin brother is doing, Daniel Radcliffe? Did you see Green Room or that movie? It starts with an I. Imperatum, maybe Imperative? No, where he goes, he gets it with this Nazi group, and I think he's a journalist. It's such a good movie.
He wasn't in Green Room.
Yeah, he wasn't in Green Room.
No, I'm saying Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe wasn't in Green Room.
No, who was that? Anton Yelchin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and can you please speak his name in higher praise? The dude got run over by.
He's amazing. I love
him. He's great. He was great in it, man. It's really sad that
no, that's
gone too soon, man.
Horrific. What happened to him? It's such a freak accident.
Yeah, he was Green Room's good. I like that director, Jeremy Saulnier, I think is his name. He did Blue Ruin too, and Hold the Dark, which I still don't understand the ending to that movie, but I thought it was cool overall.
Well, Pat, it goes like this: Hold the dark. On the one screaming night. Hold the dark. You wanna have a life. And if you ever see this in a film, Imperium. I own the rights.
No, but Daniel Radcliffe also just did that movie Guns Akimbo by the director of Deathgasm, which looks really fun.
He's an FBI agent that goes undercover to break into this white supremacist group of neo-Nazis, and it's an incredible movie.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, Tracy Letts plays the head neo-Nazi guy, and you know who he is, right?
Tracy Letts?
Yeah, the dude's amazing.
Sounds familiar.
Everything I've seen him in has been fantastic. He was in Lady Bird. He plays her Saoirse Ronan's dad. He was in Little Women, The Big Short, The Post, Ford vs Ferrari. He was
I've seen the big whatever you just said there. So I must have seen this guy before.
Did you guys think that the women in Little Women were a little too little?
Well, I had a huge problem with the new version of Little Women by Greta Gerwig. Did you see it?
Yeah, and I feel like the women, they just seem so small. They should have been larger women.
Yeah. Well, the problem I had was they had the different time frames, and they kept like switching between, the future and the past and the present. And everybody, like, you noticed like a maturation with them, like they all grow and like change and like do with this. But the youngest daughter, or the youngest of the Little Women, she always looks the same age. She never really looks like she ages. And she's supposed to go from like 14 to 20, I think, when she dies. It's just really strange.
Spoiler alert, dude.
Greta
Spoiler
Gerwig
alert.
is married to Noah Baumbach.
Sorry, spoiler alert for a book that was written in the 1800s
Dude,
and has had
come on,
40 different film adaptations.
Come on, bro.
Sorry.
Come on.
And we know the guy who transported it to China and made a killing off of it.
We do?
I don't know anything about that.
C.T. Tedra is dead.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Isn't his name Tom? Tom Tedrow?
Yeah, TT. T-Teds. We can cut this part out.
And then there's Tara Tedrow, who was on Fox News a lot.
Yeah, we can cut all this.
Okay. All right, that's at an hour and 8 minutes. Gotcha.
Yeah, we're only about halfway through this movie. We're just getting to the good parts.
This movie doesn't really have an ending.
Are you okay?
Anyways, so
water went down the wrong way. That was sorry.
Keeping this all in. I'm keeping it all in.
So what happens is he'd been warned about this guy that was going to come visit this.
He was coming back to finish the job with his dad. I don't know.
What was the name of the guy though?
Jethro.
That's Michael Smiley from Spaced.
Okay.
He's great.
Yeah,
he's been in a bunch of stuff.
I like that guy a lot. He was really good in his role for sure.
Have you guys ever seen Spaced? He's in a bunch of stuff, but have you ever seen Spaced?
No, that's the Simon Pegg Edgar Wright show?
Do you like Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright?
I love them. Yeah.
Oh, dude, then I would think you would love Spaced. It's great.
I mean, the Cornetto trilogy is one of the greatest.
I love the Cornetto trilogy, and I also like Baby Driver.
Baby Driver's excellent.
I think Edgar Wright is a really good director, and but yeah, if you like those guys, you have to watch Spaced. It's on Hulu, dude.
All right,
watch that shit. You'll love it. It's good.
Did Edgar Wright do Paul, or was that just Simon Pegg and?
No, that was just Simon
Nick
Pegg,
Frost.
Nick Frost, and Simon Pegg. Because I don't remember liking that very much.
I mean, it has its moments, but yeah, it's not that great.
Yeah. But yeah, watch Spaced.
So Jethro gets back to the house, and Elijah Norval hides in a closet in the basement area, in this weird dungeon area, and he grabs a barbell to smash the guy over the head with, but he doesn't have the balls to do this.
But the best part. But wait, the best part is his dad hands him the barbell and says, "Okay, wait till he gets here and kill him. Now go hide," and makes him do that. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And then he goes to the closet after his dad tells him, "You have to kill this guy." So that's
as Jethro gets down there, before he finds Elijah Wood, he pulls out a large freezer bag full of human shit with a pin inside of it, or a stabbing implement that's covered in shit. And the point of this is for him.
It was a pen.
It was just a writing pen.
It was a pen.
It was a screwdriver or something.
Yeah, because Elijah Wood calls it a poo pen.
Yeah. Okay. So, and he starts to stab him with it, with the idea that he's just going to get infected by this poo pen and die from the infection. It's a really fucked up way to kill somebody.
It's really gross. It's really gross.
You guys know how much I hate shit jokes.
No, it took me completely by surprise. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I didn't know you didn't like. I didn't know you didn't like shit jokes.
Yeah. As far as
why don't you like shit jokes? They're hilarious.
God, you just stop. As far as an implement of terror.
Oh, Crone,
terrifying.
Your voice is really, really, really crackly. I could barely hear you. Does it sound that way to you, Mike? Hello.
Check your mic.
Hello. Is this better?
That's much better. Much better.
As far as implements of terror, I think that
I think that is the scariest.
Oh my god, dude, have you ever had a real infection? Like,
Oh, yeah.
infection
No,
is
that's
scary as
terrible.
fuck, dude.
Terrible.
Like you watch it going down. Pat, you remember when I lost my palm?
God, yeah. I
And you had to drive me to the
I
hospital.
remember you being like, "Is this bad?" And I was like, "Dude, there are red lines going up your fucking arm. You definitely need to go to the hospital." That was
Well, I
rough.
mean, one of the worst infections on film is in Requiem for a Dream with Jared Leto's arm.
Oh.
Oh, dude.
Did Pat ever tell you about the time he ended up eating mushrooms and got stuck at a party where everyone was watching Requiem for a Dream, and he had to stay
That's
there?
horrific. Well, one of my favorite stories of all time from Fish is Trey Anastasio and Tom Marshall on mushrooms after a show that they played, and they were in their hotel room with all the lights out watching Children of the Corn. And Trey knew the guy that played Malachi. I forget his name, but he's also in The Burbs.
Oh, yeah. The guy who plays the son of the creepy guys. Yeah.
So he gets that actor Courtney Gaines.
Okay.
And he gets Courtney Gaines to come to the hotel room and hide in the closet. And when the most intense fucking scene of the movie, and Tom Marshall's peeking on mushrooms and losing his mind, he has Courtney Gaines run out the closet and be like, "Ah!" just scream at him. And like, I couldn't fucking imagine. Like, that's a prank. That's a fucking good one.
It's pretty amazing.
So getting back to it, because we're running over. We've gone far on this. Jethro stabs his dad a couple times, gets Elijah Wood, and fucking runs off. And he's like, "I'm not dealing with this shit right now," and just leaves him alone. So Elijah Wood is able to get him out. No, why do you sound so weird again?
Crone, yeah, we can't hear you.
That part didn't make any sense to me.
It's very strange. Very, very bizarre for that to happen. But, I mean, obviously it propels the next, 20, 30 minutes of the movie, which are insane. And so his dad explains to him that he's been, living in Thailand and running drugs and doing robberies, and like he's a seedy as fuck guy. And I guess he was like, I was gonna get out of it and like have a new life with you, my son, who I haven't seen in so long, and I really just wanted to be a good dude.
But he also admits that he fucked over those other two dudes.
Yeah.
Super hard.
Yeah, he does.
Well, there's three of them. There's the guy in the bathroom too.
Oh yeah, do we even talk about the guy stabs in the junk a bunch of times? Remember?
Yeah, well, the best part is when he sees him, because Elijah Wood goes into the bathroom to like clean up and stuff, and then sees this guy taking a shit with headphones on, and the guy gets up from the toilet and starts running to him mid-wipe, and he drags the entire roll of toilet paper out of the bathroom with his ass cheeks. It's fucking hilarious.
And Elijah Wood stabs the shit out of his.
Yeah, they have a battle in the kitchen, and he's getting thrown all over the place. And Elijah Wood just fucking annihilates this guy, smashes his face in, and it's his first kill. And he handles it pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, he does a good job.
So they get out. And they hide and see Jethro pull back up in his car, and they do a nice close-up of his fake California plate with no, expiration date on the tag or, any of this stuff that should be on a license.
I did not notice that.
I definitely did not notice that at all.
Yeah, it's just, all it says is California and has the plate number. That's it.
Okay. That's okay.
Is it? I don't know. I mean, it's still, it's missing a few things. But Elijah Wood gets in the trunk and hides out and leaves his dad there. And I guess he's like, I'll be back. I missed that whole part where he's like, I'm going to leave you and, try to figure out this thing and kill Jethro. What happened there?
I don't remember. I didn't. You watched it way more recently than me.
Yeah, I watched it 2 nights ago. So that was the one thing I didn't quite get.
Doesn't he? No. He hides in a trunk.
Yeah, he hides in
yeah,
the boot.
yeah.
And then they go to that weird motel, and like Elijah Wood kind of has to figure out what the fuck to do.
Right. He knows that Jethro is gonna go fuck this hooker, and he's like, okay, I guess I can kill Jethro now, but I don't even know why. Like him and his dad, I guess.
No. It was because Jethro
has his information.
Says, like he has the information of where his mom lives.
Yeah, he said he's gonna go kill her.
He's got to kill Jethro because Jethro has Norval's address from his suitcase, so he can track his mom down and kill her, who his mom has been supplemented by his real dad, who, by the way, for those listening, and this is Martin Donovan, who was in Ant-Man and Captain America, Winter Soldier, and he's, popped up Hydra in the Marvel Universe. He was also the FBI agent, or DEA agent on Weeds. And he's always great. I love that guy.
But yeah, like he definitely relishes in screaming out, even though, see, I find more of a thing where like he's screaming out that, like, as if he knows that Elijah Wood is out there, which he doesn't at that point.
No.
Otherwise, Elijah Wood wouldn't be able to like hop into the trunk.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a weird one, but like at that point, like watching the movie, my belief is so suspended. It's just like it reminds me of Mandy, like with the manicness of like the pacing at this point. That I'm just like, I'm gonna believe anything because anything can fucking happen right now. Like
and it does. It just gets crazier. Yeah. So he gets to the hotel and Norval walks into the lobby and asks the clerk for a key, and the clerk's like, well, we're all sold out. We have no vacancies because there's a business meeting in town and they're getting crazy right now. And he's like, business meeting? What do you mean? And he's like, it's a fucking orgy. Everybody in every room is fucking the shit out of everybody else right now.
Hey, you know what's kind of weird is that like the term fucking orgy is so redundant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what else are you going to be doing at an orgy? And you're definitely not making love at an orgy.
It's true. I talked to Adam Shaffron's brother told me about an orgy he was in right at some point, and Evan, you knew Evan, and he said that all they had were like mattresses all over the floor, and next to every mattress was 3 liter jugs of water, and they just fucked. So well, you gotta have hydration.
If they'd been responsible, there would have been water, lube, and condoms.
Yeah. I mean, every orgy video on Pornhub that I watched, they're never wearing condoms. But I guess when you're not like a paid porn star that gets tested constantly,
God damn it, dude,
you need that safety.
More like that safety wet. Am I right?
I'm cutting it. I'm cutting it all.
Okay, so
cutting it all.
So Norval figures out that he steals all the keys.
You gotta go, Pat?
No, I just said I'm cutting it all. I'm cutting it all.
He steals all the keys. We can pick up from here. He steals all the keys and breaks into the room next door to Jethro. And because he tries to go in, but Jethro has the chain on the door, so he can't get in. So he's got to go through the connected door in the next room over, which has 4 Russian dudes and 4 hookers all passed out naked in the bed, lying on top of each other.
I didn't.
Maybe it was 3 of them each. 6
people.
It was
3 dudes and 2 women.
Okay. Yeah, they're all naked. You see all Russian dicks, and Norval gets into the other room, and the prostitute starts blowing up on him, and then Jethro gets him and tells him he's gonna fucking kill him because the hooker is holding him, so Jethro can stab him, which he does 3 times in the chest, right? And goes for his ear, but misses and pierces him through the cheeks.
Yeah.
So he's
oh god! Oh, that was the worst, dude. That was the absolute worst.
And Norval just folds, and the hooker's actually concerned. She's like, dude, what the fuck did you do? And he's like, I'm just going to blame it on you anyway because you're a fucking hooker.
Sex worker.
Yeah.
Michael Smiley plays a very, very good human piece of shit in this. He is a nasty man in this movie.
Yeah.
He's great.
What we forgot to fill the audience on is, like, Elijah Wood was actually really fucking smart in this because he slashed the dude's tires.
Yes.
Beforehand, like not unlike one of our co-hosts.
Have you ever slashed someone's tires?
Oh no.
No.
I haven't.
No.
So who are you implying has done this?
Oh, nobody.
Okay.
It's never.
I mean, I've gotten mine slashed, but I've never done that to anybody.
What?
You've had yours slashed.
What kind
did
of
I ever tell you?
Are you?
No, I've had mine slashed.
I know that. What did you do?
I don't know. I also had my car broken into and nothing stolen but my CDs. So I think that was somebody that knew me too. I don't know. Did I ever tell you about the time I had 2 tires roll off of 2 separate vehicles that I was driving?
What? No.
Yeah, I was driving a vending machine truck, and it was a dually in the back. It had 2 sets of tires on each side, and I hear a clump, and I fucking jitter to the right when I'm driving on 1792, and it was Castleberry where that Target and Steak and Shake were.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck was that? And then I feel it again, and the second tire falls off, and then I see it, and it rolls across in front of the truck and pops up on the median. So I pulled the truck over and like chase the tire down this median as it's going straight, and finally get it, and the truck's fine, but like.
Why is your Florida accent popping up because you're telling the story?
I don't know.
You don't want to get stranded in Castleberry, dude.
Right. So I get it towed back to the shop, which is off 434, and a little ways down. And unbeknownst to me, a year and a half later, I'm driving this Intrepid, and I had changed the tire with a friend, and he tightened the lug nuts on it. And I was pulling into the 7-Eleven across right next to Odin's on Horatio there.
Uh-huh.
And as I'm pulling in and turning, into the parking spot, my fucking front right tire pops off and rolls into a guy's BMW. And I get out of my car, and I'm like, oh, my God, dude, I'm so sorry. I can't believe that happened.
What happened to the car?
It just chunked down on the fucking wheel well.
What?
Yeah. So the tire rolls off and hits this guy's car, and I get out, and I put it in park, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, man. That's crazy. That's the second time that's happened to me in a year and a half. And he's like, I'm not even angry because that's the craziest shit I've ever seen. So I think I'm the only person that's ever happened to twice in a year.
Well, no, you're the only person that's happened to, but what happens next is fucking bonkers because Elijah Wood gets he's all stabbed up and shit, and he's about to get revenge. So does he steal a car? Is that what happens?
No, what happens is that Jethro drives off. He gets in the Jag, which has had the tire slashed on the left side. So he's driving fine, and I guess it just blows out, and he drifts into the sign of the hotel. and pierces the windshield, and like the side of his skull, I guess, and just gets out as he's in shock and starts walking down the street. And Norval sees him and catches up to him.
Yeah,
and he basically tells Norville that his mom was a huge sex worker.
Yeah,
yeah,
just sex working all the time, not for money. Just was just really into the sex, and Norville gets to hear
then that would make
about
her a
his
sex
mom.
worker, would it? If she wasn't getting money for it.
She was just really into love.
Yeah, sure.
Just really into love.
Sure.
And so Norville's last memories of his mom are gonna be like, oh, great.
Yeah. It's not a good couple of days for Norval.
Yeah, because it's the last of his days. Okay, so then he somehow ends up.
No, well, he as he's talking to him, the guy starts to fade out because of his massive head wound, where a quarter of his fucking
head has been shaved off.
Missing.
Yeah,
and Norval pulls the fucking thing out of his mouth and just puts it into the guy's brain, and he fucking dies.
he just slowly slides it in.
It's a good kill.
It's pretty gross, and there's so many like weird wounds in this movie. Like it's just like
Well, I want to reiterate to the audience that like Norville has been stabbed in the chest and stomach.
he's
Like
bleeding all over the place. Yeah,
he's I don't know how he's walking.
And nobody noticed. Nobody seems to mind. Nobody's out driving around. Nobody sees any of this happening. And Norval makes it back to his fake dad's or real dad.
His
I'm
real
not sure
dad. His
who
real dad
actually owns this house.
The
Is it
real dad
actually
owns
his
the
real
house.
dad's house? Okay.
Yeah.
So he gets back and just sits down next to him, and he's still alive, and looks over at him, and he's like, "Well, I got him," basically. And I guess his mom gets to live on, and these two just die holding hands, watching the ocean.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay, so Pat, did you take that as anything other than they could that they would live?
I mean, it's obviously open ended. I mean, they probably die, but is it the last thing?
I don't think either of those guys are surviving.
Isn't it the last
they
thing you
went through.
see is like a memory of them playing in the ocean or whatever? I think. Yeah. I mean, I took it as they probably died.
That's the last memory of you and your son playing in the ocean.
Don't say that.
That's not nice, Chris.
But
Well, that's your favorite memory.
that I love taking my son to the ocean. It's wonderful.
How far are you from the ocean? You're pretty close, right? But it's still like an hour and a half drive to Astoria from your house.
It's a little more than it's almost 2 hours to Astoria, but if you go to Cannon Beach, it's like an hour and 45 minutes.
It's
Cut
such a
out
nice
everything
drive.
I ever say about you and your son, Patrick.
What'd you?
Because I love you and I love Odie.
I know. You're
He's
just
a good
kidding.
little man.
But yeah, we're not that far. We're not that far from the ocean. It is. I mean, it seems pretty far because I can't just fucking walk there from my house. I'd love to live next to the ocean.
Yeah,
It calls
Yeah.
you. It calls.
I'm like 20 minutes away without traffic. So,
Okay. So just to get this going a little faster.
well, I mean, we're basically done. Like they're fucking everyone's.
No, we haven't given our reviews yet.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say is next. So you want to go ahead?
Yeah.
I want to say that I went into this movie with very, very limited expectations. Not that I didn't think that Elijah Wood is great and everything, because I do think he's fantastic. He's a fantastic actor, and
Oh yeah,
I love the fact that he's like kind of just doing whatever the fuck he wants with his like Lord of the Rings money. Like, it's just,
I mean, Radio Flyer has always been a favorite of mine.
Oh yeah, that movie's kind of rough. I
It's
saw
a
that when I
dark
was a
one.
kid. Yeah.
That's probably one of Richard Donner's darkest movies for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
But with Elijah Wood, like honestly, that like I love the fact that he's taking on roles, that like kind of because I could see getting the script for this and being like, I don't want to do it because this is incredibly limited and like because you don't know what when you show up on set for shit. I've done this before. You don't know what the end product's going to be.
Oh
Sure.
yeah, of course.
You're betting on like
Sometimes you show up on set and it's just me and you, and you're shirtless in my garage, and
I would've
and
seen
we're
that
trapped,
footage.
and we can't get the garage door open, and your girlfriend's asleep inside.
and me and Pat die because of heat stroke. But we died together, shirtless.
I wasn't shirtless.
You would have been.
I would have gotten to that point if we continued being stuck.
But I just I love that anyone who like takes on things that like I mean if you were to like show me the script on paper, I would not have been able to follow it. Like too many things happen that really don't make a lot of sense. If you were to like read, if you were just to be reading a script, like you'd just be like, this doesn't make a ton of sense. But the execution was fantastic, and so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say it was less filling and very flavorful.
Oh wow. So
Ooh.
I would say that's
Change
a
up.
better review than most.
Yeah, that's a different.
That's much better than Great Taste.
Less filling. Yeah, wow, Chris, you really liked this. Oh man, you really liked this.
That's a step up.
Yeah,
Good
I
most.
definitely give it a thumbs up. It looks like it's this dude's first feature length movie he's directed. Ant Timpson. He's a producer on a ton of cool shit. He's a producer on like Turbo Kid and Greasy Strangler. He was a producer on Housebound. Housebound's a pretty cool movie. But yeah, I'd like to see him do more stuff. He looks like he's a producer on Turbo Kid too.
Yeah, I hope Turbo Kid 2 comes together.
Yeah, dude, that'd be rad. But yeah, I give it a thumbs up, man. I really, really enjoy. I mean, there's obviously some rough parts of this of this movie, but it's so unique in what they do that it's like what things that they choose to kill people off, and like just it looks really good. It's in a weird location. It's just really, I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I'm giving it 4
Nice
stars. I liked it a lot. Yeah, so that's that. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Yes.
And next, we're going to be recording with Toft, lead singer, guitar player, and badass from Spiritual Res, composer.
And
he also wrote a song for a short on Disney Plus. We'll talk about that more on the episode. And thanks for listening.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
The Persistence of Popcorn Podcast.
That's why they call me the Scat Man.
The Persistence of Popcorn Podcast.
I didn't ask for any help on the ending of the show as well. I'm just singing this song to spite you.